Hello everyone, welcome back to Elora Fisheries. Today we're exploring a unique but important topic, the impact of the Israel conflict on the global fishing industry. We often hear about how wars affect economies and food supplies, but what about fisheries? The waters of the eastern Mediterranean, teeming with life, have long been a source of sustenance and livelihood for communities in the region. But conflict, with its far-reaching consequences, casts a long shadow even upon these seemingly distant waters. Join us as we delve into the intricate ways in which conflict in this region sends ripples across the global fishing industry, impacting not only the delicate balance of marine ecosystems, but also the livelihoods of those who depend on them. Chapter 1. Nets cast aside, immediate impacts. First, the most immediate impact is on local fisheries. Coastal areas near conflict zones may be restricted, leading to reduced fishing operations. For instance, fishing fleets may be limited due to safety concerns, naval blockades, or restrictions on certain waters. Imagine, if you will, the plight of a fisherman setting out each day, not knowing if the familiar fishing grounds will be accessible, or if danger lurks beneath the waves. The uncertainty weighs heavily, as does the inability to provide for their families. These limitations affect fishermen directly, causing significant income loss and impacting local fish markets. For generations, these markets have thrived on the daily catch, providing fresh local seafood to the surrounding communities. But now, stalls that were once overflowing with the day's catch may stand half empty, a stark reminder of the conflict's reach. The vibrant colors of freshly caught fish, a testament to the sea's bounty, are replaced by a sense of unease and worry. The economic hardship faced by these communities is undeniable. Families who have relied on fishing for generations are now faced with difficult choices, their livelihoods hanging in the balance. And as the conflict continues, the long-term consequences on local fisheries remain uncertain. Will these fishing grounds, once teeming with life, be able to recover? The answer, my friends, lies not only in the hands of fate, but also in the choices we make today. Chapter 2. Choppy waters, disruptions in trade. The conflict disrupts major trade routes, especially in the Mediterranean. Fish imports and exports face delays or stop altogether, leading to increased costs and shortages. The Mediterranean, a sea connecting civilizations for centuries, now faces trade disruptions. Ships laden with goods must navigate a course fraught with uncertainty. Delays become commonplace, adding time and expense to journeys. For perishable goods like fish, delays can result in spoilage and economic loss. Countries must seek fish from other, often more expensive sources. This shift strains resources and leads to price hikes, impacting consumers worldwide. The ripple effect extends far beyond the immediate region. Chapter 3. The rising tide costs and consequences. Conflict zones reduce fish supply, driving up global prices. This burden hits low-income countries hardest, where fish is a primary protein source. Businesses like restaurants and food manufacturers also face challenges. They might reduce portions, substitute ingredients, or raise prices. This impacts their bottom line and consumer choices. The global seafood market is thrown into disarray. Consumers face rising prices and difficult dietary choices. This can impact health and well-being. The economic impact extends beyond local markets. It ripples through the global supply chain, affecting livelihoods. The true cost of conflict is the human cost. Families struggle to put food on the table. Communities grapple with uncertainty. Future generations will inherit these consequences. Chapter 4. Troubled waters. Environmental consequences. War can also have long-term environmental effects. Pollution from military activities, oil spills, and damaged coastal areas harm marine ecosystems. This results in fewer fish stocks, which takes years, sometimes even decades, to recover. Imagine the devastation. Once pristine waters now choked with debris, the delicate balance of life disrupted by the intrusion of pollutants. Oil spills, a tragic consequence of conflict, spread across the water's surface, suffocating marine life and leaving behind a toxic legacy. The impact of these environmental disasters can be felt for generations. Fish stocks, already under pressure from overfishing and climate change, face further decline, jeopardizing the livelihoods of those who depend on them and threatening the health of our oceans. Healthy ecosystems are critical for sustainable fisheries, and damage from conflicts threatens not just current but future fish populations. The delicate web of life in our oceans is intricately connected, and the loss of one species can have cascading effects throughout the ecosystem. Recovering from such environmental damage is a long and arduous process. It requires international cooperation, sustainable practices, and a commitment to protecting our oceans for future generations. Chapter 5: A Sea of Change, Global Impact. Finally, we should consider the bigger picture. Conflicts like these lead to shifts in global fishing patterns, as some areas may face overfishing while others become inaccessible. This imbalance affects food security worldwide, highlighting the interconnected nature of our planet's resources. As conflict disrupts fishing patterns in one region, the pressure on other fishing grounds intensifies. Fleets may be forced to travel further, increasing costs and potentially leading to overfishing in new areas. This shift in fishing patterns can have devastating consequences for marine ecosystems already struggling to cope with the impacts of climate change and pollution. Overfishing disrupts the delicate balance of life in our oceans, leading to a decline in fish stocks and potentially causing irreversible damage. All these changes emphasize the need for sustainable practices and international cooperation in managing global fish resources, especially in times of conflict. We must find ways to protect our oceans, not only for the sake of the marine life they support, but also for the billions of people around the world who depend on fish for their livelihoods and sustenance. The future of our oceans, and indeed our planet, depends on our ability to work together to address the complex challenges facing us. Let us strive to be stewards of our oceans, ensuring that they continue to provide for generations to come. War's impact on fisheries is often overlooked, but it's a crucial issue with far-reaching consequences. From the local fishermen whose livelihoods are disrupted to the global seafood market that feels the strain, the effects of conflict ripple outward, touching every corner of our interconnected world. But it's not enough to simply acknowledge the problem. We must act, and we must act now. By supporting sustainable fishing practices, advocating for the protection of marine ecosystems, and promoting peace and understanding, we can help mitigate the impact of conflict on our oceans and ensure that this vital resource continues to provide for generations to come. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and consider subscribing for more insights into the world of fisheries. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments below. How else do you think conflicts impact our natural resources?